Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and we have a couple of different stories to get into today. First, of course, we will be talking about singer Brian McKnight. He is suing Jaguar Wright. He is not happy with some things that she allegedly has said about him. And then we have to talk about a major update to the Shedeur Sanders story where the NFL is handing out fines, okay? You can't prank call someone about something as major as an NFL draft. That changes his life forever. Don't play with him. So I totally agree. Now, before we get into these stories, please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. This is where this first story is coming from. And as you can see, Brian McKnight is suing Jaguar Wright. Allegedly, she is saying that he allegedly has physically abused his ex-wife and prostitutes. So I'm going to get into the caption. Shout out to D. Yes, that's D with the Neighborhood Talk. And she writes, looks like Jaguar Wright will be starting back at $1 in the account. Jaguar's been all over social media alleging that singer Brian McKnight abused his ex-wife Julie and paid prostitutes just to rough them up during sex. Brian denies these claims. Now, in legal documents, Brian says that Jaguar also said that he beat his ex-wife Julie McKnight, and Jaguar says that she is related to his ex-wife Julie, that they are cousins. Brian says that he's never laid a hand on Julie and did not even know Jaguar was related to his ex-wife. Now, of course, this comes after Jaguar for years has said negative things about Diddy and Jay-Z. And even in recent months, she was on the Piers Morgan show talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, to which they did respond. They had their lawyer apply pressure to Piers Morgan, and then he actually made a video apologizing to Jay-Z and Beyonce and edited out the scene, if you will, or the segment with Jaguar Wright. So now Brian McKnight is saying that Jaguar knew she was lying, but said those things anyway, so he is suing for damages. And I actually made a comment saying I remembered that rumor from the early 2000s, which I do, not so much about prostitutes. I don't remember that at all. But there were rumors of allegedly, him possibly laying hands on the ex. That I do remember. But he is suing Jaguar Wright. And I see Monique Slaughter from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She is saying, but you did though. Oh my gosh. But that is an old rumor. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard about Brian McKnight and something similar. So let's just move on from there. I do want to say one thing though. I remember watching, I don't think it was unsung, but I remember watching something or reading an article where he and his ex-wife, the mother of, most of his now adult children, they met at a Christian college, I believe in Alabama. And, they were young and in love and they were, doing stuff. And then the college found out and kicked them out. Let me do a quick Google search. Brian McKnight met first wife at a Christian college and see what comes up. Okay, AI overview with Google says, yes, he and his first wife, Julie McKnight, met at a Christian college. They were married from 1990 to 2003, and they have two sons, Brian Jr. and Nico. Yes. So that is what I remember seeing either in a profile on him or reading online. So I will share this really quickly. Okay, and that's just asking Google, and it looks like, of course, there's his Wikipedia, and there is a BET.com article. So I remember hearing that they did meet at a Christian college years ago, and then, they did break up. So, and then, they did get caught doing it. And then I heard that they were kicked out of the Christian college. So I would have gotten in so much trouble if I was at the Christian. I think anybody would. Your parents are sending you off to a Christian college, and then you get caught hunching, and you get kicked out of the school, and then there's a baby on the way. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like a Tubi movie, but your real life, and you're in a lot of trouble. So let's just move on, honey. I'm starting to feel stressed. Okay, so let's talk about this major Sanders update. So let's start sharing. And you all can see that. Okay, perfect. So this is coming from the Jasmine brand. I love the neighborhood talk. I love the Jasmine brand, and it's on site. Those are my favorite blogs to get stories from. So this is coming from the Jasmine brand. And the NFL has fined the Atlanta Falcons $250,000 over the prank call. And the team's defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, is being fined $100,000 because he's the father of the idiot son, Jax, who decided to do the prank call. And that's just my opinion, Jeff and Jax. You shouldn't play with something so serious. So I'm going to read the caption, and we'll go from there. So the league, the NFL, has fined the Atlanta Falcons team $250,000 for failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the NFL draft. And this is according to the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich was also fined $100,000 after the league determined he unknowingly played a role in the breach. And in a statement, I'm sure you saw that statement yesterday from 21-year-old Jax Ulbrich. So this isn't a kid called pranking anyone. He's not in middle school. He's not in high school. He's 21 years old, Jax. He found Shedeur's private draft contact number off an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down to later conduct a prank call. And the NFL added, the Ulbriches say they added, we appreciate the NFL's swift and thorough review. We were proactive in addressing the situation internally and cooperated fully with the league throughout the process and accept the discipline levied. That sounds like a quote that came from the Atlanta Falcons. And as previously reported, Jax pretended to be with the Saints and called Shedeur on day 2 of the draft. During the call, Shedeur said, "I've been waiting on your call." And Jax replied, "You'll have to wait a little longer," leaving Shedeur confused. He later realized it was a prank and noted only NFL coaches had that number. And shout out to the House of Aaron. He's an amazing YouTuber. Be sure to go to his YouTube channel and subscribe. He is also a contributing writer to the Jasmine brand. So he wrote that story. I'm glad that they're being fined. Now, I know in the eyes of millionaires, I think that it's both a lot of money and peanuts. Like if you're a millionaire, can you afford something that's $100,000, like a vehicle? Yes. Can you afford something that's $250,000, like a piece of property? Yes. But do you want to pay those amounts in fines? I'm sure the answer is no. But they had to be taught a lesson. And Jax, he's 21. He's still like a kid, but in a way he should know better. Because if he was in college and he's playing football for a scholarship and he needed a job next year once he graduates, he wouldn't want anyone pretending to call him with a job. You know, that would be awful. So I think that it was appropriate. And his dad, Jeff, needs to say, "You're going to pay me back my $100,000. When you get a job, I get $100,000 off of the top." So I wanted to go through these slides from Jax's apology to the prank call itself. So Shedeur Sanders NFL draft prank. The son of the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator, Jax, apologizes, saying that he made a tremendous mistake. And here is his apology. "On Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish." I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And he tagged Shedeur. Jax is very immature and he knows what he was doing. You can't even say because he was a kid, he thought that it was just okay to prank call. No, 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 no. In the Scream films, we saw people prank call and say that they were in someone's house and they were going to unalive them. That's going too far too. But here is a young man, 21 years old. He's an adult. And he said that he played with one of the most greatest moments of your life. So that he knew that it was major and you just should not play with that. And then with the caption that House of Aaron wrote, he saw Shedeur's phone number that's reserved just for NFL coaches to call and deliver the great news and offer the job. He saw that number on an open iPad and wrote it down. And, whoever, I don't know if that was his dad's iPad, Jeff, whoever owned the iPad, that's very irresponsible. You're not supposed to do stuff like that. In the corporate world, you take, online courses and you promise to not leave any corporate bought devices out in the open so that people can't steal people's information and the corporation's information. So whoever left that iPad out, they were being irresponsible too. And then my antennas kind of go up, like, was multiple people in on the prank? Because why would you leave the iPad open? Did they know that Jax was an immature prick that would do something like that and they left the iPad open with Shedeur's information? I don't like this at all, but I'm going to mute my mic so that there's not an echo so we can listen to the prank call. Please hit the like button. Thank you.
Good, been waiting on you. Ready to go! No, for sure. Why don't you get up and stand right here? Yeah. They said nothing there. Ready to go! What does that mean?
What do you say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that? So you're gonna have to wait a little longer. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though. You don't have that number? Nobody. It's a private number. What the fuck was that? Nah, nobody has his number though. I said nobody has his phone number.
How are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Ready to go!
No, for sure. Why don't you get up and stand right here? Yeah. They said nothing there. Ready to go! What does that mean?
What do you say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that? So you're gonna have to wait a little longer. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though. You have that number?
So I played that twice for you. So that was like really tough to watch, and to watch Shedeur be confused. First, get excited. Like, I've been waiting for your call. The media is there camping out because they want to capture Shedeur's initial reaction to getting offered the job of a lifetime, his dream coming true. And then he's told you'll have to wait a little longer, and he's confused. And he's like, but only the NFL has this number. So I think that that was an awful prank. It speaks to Jack's immaturity, comes off like he's a little jealous of the dude as well, and wanted him to feel bad, wanted him to feel embarrassed and feel sad, about not making that first draft round. So I didn't like that at all. So at least he's apologized, but most of all, his dad has been fined, and so has the Atlanta Falcons. And I think that that is appropriate. What do you think about the NFL handing out fines? They take this serious as well. I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you are having a wonderful Wednesday. I am. I have today off. So I have already been to the gym, hence I'm in my sweats, and I've made some content, obviously. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy this gorgeous day. I think I'm going to go to the park and soak up the sun and the beauty. I may take some pictures and post on my community tab. And now we've already made it over the hump, and tomorrow is Thursday. So if you're not having a good day so far, I hope that the rest of it gets better for you. Try your best to think positive. Maybe go for a walk if it's really hot where you are, or go to the gym after work. You will feel so proud of yourself. And if you have some 7th Avenue beauty at home tonight, do a facial, scrub your face and then moisturize it, and take a shower and use the body scrub and then go back over with your oil and or body butter. Like me, I like to mix the two. And you will feel amazing, and you'll be scrubbing off the negative parts of your day. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.